Welcome, friends and listeners, to Podcast 121, or as we're calling it, the Goble-Cast.
And that won't result in any off-colour jokes at all. The Goble-Cast. Who thinks these things up?
I did. Gobble, gobble. It's Turkey Day is coming.
She's so innocent, isn't she, Robin?
Yes.
I'll tell you.
She even makes
right.
hand turkeys at Thanksgiving.
I do. With a little, you did it with us one year.
I was horrified and mortified.
Yours was the best one.
Thinking, here I am again in grade school and getting paid to do it, no less. That was awesome. Can we do it again?
Sure. We have a great webcast for you today, folks. It is Thursday, November 10th. We've been calling it D-Day.
Wait, November 10th? Where the hell did the rest of the year go?
I don't know.
Last time I looked, it was February 4th.
We plan to release this to you on Monday, November 14th. Mm-hmm. With me in the studio today is the dwarf, as you can tell, Linda Brasse Carlson.
Barely alive, I can tell you.
And Robin Nailey-Villee, the tired gnome.
Who just heaved a heavy sigh. So, you're calling this D-Day because...
Because we had our free-to-play announcement, and we've all been going, ah!
Well, it's been more than
there's no D in free-to-play.
No, but like a lot of people call D-Days when big things happen.
I'll tell you that, as Robin says, it's not the only thing going on. It's the interesting thing about being in a game company that has so many different games. Mm-hmm. Not only do we have this massive free-to-play announcement going out.
For EQ2.
For EQ2, yes, to be clear.
Pre-orders went live for Age of Discovery.
That's right.
We have a DCO webcast today.
NDA just came off yesterday for EQ's expansion. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's hot fixes going live every day that have to be messaged, and oh my goodness.
We have promotions. We have, live gamer stuff. It's just nuts.
So, indeed.
And holidays are coming.
Yeah.
Oh, hush you.
Yeah. So later in this podcast, we have an interview with Piestro Cleaver to talk about Veil of Alaris.
Which is releasing
next week.
Oh, the day after this goes live.
Yep. Yep.
I'm excited about that, too.
Yep. So we're going to talk about the EverQuest expansion, Veil of Alaris. We're going to talk about the EverQuest II expansion, Age of Discovery. We have a special request for you listeners. And we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. And promotions and lots of other stuff. So
I think we're going to have a surprise interview, too.
Oh, wow. Shock to me. We hope you enjoyed today's shocking surprise show.
Well, it's just going to be whoever wanders unannounced into the studio. We got the leg hold trap set up.
Oh, gosh. So we're going to take it away to the news with Abby.
Thank you, Aimee. Here's your news for Podcast 121. Are you prepared to set up operations on an asteroid? Last week, Clone Wars Adventures added an asteroid lot and matching furniture sets. As a special bonus, you can upgrade your armor to the new and improved Captain Rex Phase 2 gear or the intimidating Mandalorian Death Watch gear to go along with your new lot. Umbaran is the theme in this week's Clone Wars Adventures. We have Five's upgraded Phase 2 gear, an Umbaran lot, and an intriguing construction set to go along with it. Are you a trained pilot? Then hop in the new Umbaran fighter. Unless you feel like blowing a hole through the pod bay doors with an Umbaran hover tank. Don't forget, the Season Pass for Star Wars Clone Wars Adventures is still available. Check out www.clonewarsadventures.com/Season Pass for all the details. Free Realm Spooktacular ends November 17th. Be sure to complete all your quests and trick-or-treating, and get all the spooky holiday items from the in-game marketplace before then. You've heard about the mystery chests. Now check out the Super Secret Stuff video. Floyd Bishop, senior animator, gives you a behind-the-scenes look at this new feature. Visit the Free Realms YouTube channel to check it out, www.youtube.com/freerealmsonline. The Free Realms TCG is back. The new set, Baron Von Darkcheat, will be here before you know it. Check the Free Realms website, forums, or Facebook for card previews and more. The first expansion for Magic the Gathering Tactics, Secrets of Terra Ciara, is fast approaching. Make sure you check the website, forums, or Facebook for previews every Wednesday and Friday until release. PlanetSide 2's latest comlink, PlanetSide 2 Empire Brief, New Conglomerate by Matt Higbee, is now on planetside2.com/news.html. Are you interested in sound and music in video games? If you missed the SOE Community Webcast, A Beautiful Noise, Sound and Music in Video Games, never fear, it's available for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. Head over to www.youtube.com/SOE videos to check this webcast out, or any webcast or video you may have missed. And that's all the news for today's podcast. Back to you, Aimee.
And we're back! I figured, you can't beat them, might as well join them, right?
That's right. I didn't tell Robin what kind of tea I was making in time to put it in the notes. So it's a chamomile because we are so
stressed. Is stressed the word you're looking for?
I was trying not to use that term.
Oh, it's more like excited and challenged.
Yes, there we go. So
right.
cozy chamomile from Bigelow.
With a distinctive lack of whiskey in it.
Yeah, to calm us down.
Is it working yet?
Mm-mm.
No, it
Maybe
has
by
been
the
a
end of the
crazy
podcast we'll be a little more mellow.
The podcast?
The podcast. We're going to talk about EverQuest, the Veil of Alaris expansion that's coming out next week. It's going to be exciting, I have to tell you. We're going to go to an interview right after we talk about this where Eric talks about most of the stuff that we have in front of us. But we didn't touch on how much the expansion is or the storyline or that this is the 18th expansion.
Is it the 18th? Or is it the 18th SKU?
No,
17th?
it's the 19th SKU, the
Good
18th
Lord.
expansion.
How do these guys come up with this stuff?
I don't know.
Really, 18th expansion in 13 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And awesome.
Yes. Yep. So Veil of Alaris continues to add immersive gameplay, captivating storytelling, and exciting worlds to the EQ legacy. So it's set in a never-before-seen land full of mystery and adventure. And apparently there's some Disneyland in it, as you'll hear about in the interview. A land that sounds like, he says it's described as Cinderella's castle.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do they have to kill a god to get each new expansion now?
I don't know. Does it say that in here?
Well, they had to kill Kazakh Thul to open up this
House
portal.
of Thul.
Kazakh Thul.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in the House of Thul expansion. Yeah. So it doesn't say anything about killing a god. It says, hidden since the Age of Scale, a sixth continent of Norath is being revealed, and exciting adventures await. 4 adventurers. There you go.
See, one of the things behind this expansion is the very fact that Kazakh Thul was able to be killed. This isn't supposed to be able to happen. Right. And so the other gods knew that there was some great power behind it, and that's the theme of this expansion, is finding out where that power comes from and putting a stop to it before it takes over all of Norath. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Well, and this expansion reveals the Alarian gods that have been hidden away behind this veil of Alaris. So it's pretty cool that you get to check them out. And something about pigs that Eric talks about in the
We go from gods to pigs in one sentence here on the podcast.
I know. So the expansion is $39.99 for the regular expansion, and you want the collector's edition, it's $89.99.
And this is download only?
This is download only. See, if you get the regular expansion, you get the Desert Kangen saddle. Is that what how you pronounce? Yeah.
Sure.
A traveler.
It's really cool looking. I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of it or not, but I'm pretty sure they've been posted.
Yeah.
It's a really neat looking creature.
A traveler's rucksack, a painting of the Veil of Alaris. Resplendent sword ornamentation. That's only available if you pre-order. And then there's a painting with the original EverQuest box art, which is so cool, which is also only available with pre-order. Do you want to tell them about what they get if they get the collector's edition?
Oh yeah, definitely. In addition to the regular stuff that everybody gets in the expansion pack, including the pre-order stuff, if you get the collector's edition, you also get the Journeyman's pocketed rucksack, a Forest Kangen saddle, so that you have 2 of them suckers to choose from, and they're so neat looking. You're going to want both.
Name one's brown and one's green.
Now, would you stop doing spoilers?
Well, one's a desert, one's
a forest, which means one should be purple and one should be pink with yellow spots. But you're probably right. I think we should post pictures. See if we can dig up some pictures of these.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Eric's posted them somewhere anyway. But okay, so see, you're distracting me now. In addition to the Forest Kangen saddle, you also get a Swine Tor contract, which is pretty cool. That's a mercenary, of course, and the Swine Tor are one of the new creatures that is coming out in this expansion. 2 different concept art paintings and a Sentry Stone replica.
All right, and in this expansion, let's see, we already talked about some of these features. I will talk about what we didn't talk about in the interview that's coming up. A parcel and coin delivery system, so you can mail items and coin to your friends while they're offline.
Nice.
Yeah, share profits from your adventures with your friends and receive items from them easier than ever before. Yeah, so there's also a new guild rank-based permission system. Personalize your guilds with nameable ranks and customizable permissions. Oh, sort of like EQ2 has, I imagine.
Yeah, indeed. So you can have a rank called me,
Me, myself,
lesser
and I.
than me, not anywhere as good as me, and those other guys.
There's new guild trophies, more than 800 AAs.
Really?
Oh, wow. 13 raids, 12 new zones, 500 spells. Oh my goodness.
Who gets to balance that? Not me.
Not I. Yeah. 20 missions, 110 quests. Plus 110 plus quests.
Which means they lost count about 110. Said, oh, screw it, just tell them it's more than 110.
And then you get 5 digital Legends of Norath booster packs.
Great deal.
Yeah, and we talked about the level cap increase and the new guild halls and the hotkeys bars in detail in the interview, which we are going to go to. So, take it away to the interview with Eric Piestro Cleaver! Welcome, friends and listeners, to the interview portion of podcast 121, the Goble-Cast.
Gobble, gobble.
No giggling.
No giggling.
I have, as you can tell, Eric Piestro Cleaver in the studio with me. Hi, Eric.
How's it going, Aimee?
See, Eric doesn't like that we call this the Goble-Cast. He gets all giggly every time we say it, but apparently not for listeners.
I have spent far too many years on internet forums to not giggle at just about everything.
All right, so Veil of Alaris is launching on Tuesday, November 15th.
Yes, it is. We're very, very excited.
How are things going with the EQ team?
Well, the EQ team is really, really busy. Launching an expansion is a really big endeavor. I mean, we're seeing realistically the completion of what ends up being about 16 to 18 months work.
Right.
Even previous to House of Thule being released, the team had already been at work for months on issues that had to do with the release of Veil of Alaris. And now we're finally going to see the big culmination of all that work.
The big bang, right?
Yeah, so it's busy. Everybody's really excited. Everybody's a little tired, but it's cool. It's good times.
All right. So for our listeners who aren't aware, what's going to be in Veil of Alaris?
Well, Veil of Alaris has a lot to offer players. First of all, the most obvious feature that we're offering is raising the level cap from 90 to 95.
Wow.
Along with everything that entails. New spells, new alternate abilities, new disciplines. So, I mean, that's a big chunk right there. Players will be getting brand new guild halls.
Ooh.
These use the same player housing system that we introduced in House of Thule.
Okay.
So they have a place in the world. They can be placed in guild neighborhoods. And they are completely customizable.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, so that's really exciting. Another big feature is the new hot bars. Currently, EverQuest players can have 4 hot bars that show 10 buttons at a time with 10 pages of buttons. So they have a max around 400 buttons, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But this is EverQuest, and there's a lot of things to put on buttons. So,
button, who's got a button?
so the new hotbars are going to go up to 12 buttons each.
Okay.
Still 10 pages, and players can have up to 10 hotbars out at once.
Okay.
In addition, players will be able to assign graphics. They can choose whether or not to display the key bindings for the buttons on the buttons. They can resize the buttons, rearrange the buttons into different shapes. So if you want 2x6 instead of 1x12, they could do that. And they can all have timers on them.
Okay.
So normally a button will show, say now, a timer of the ability that it's associated with until that ability can be reused.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What feature are you most excited about for Veil of Alaris?
I think it has to be it's sort of a tug of war between guild halls and the hot bars.
Okay.
Guild halls is great for player creativity. I know my guild's going to go buck wild with it in game.
Right.
I'm not one of those super creative people, so for me, it'll be just appreciating what other people do.
Right.
But that is exciting and fun. The other thing is the hot bars. Now, I was telling you a little bit earlier about having timers on the hot bars. Now, for me, let's say I'm soloing with my druid.
Yeah.
Instead of having the recast timer on the hotbar, I'll assign a timer for how long a dot that he casts lasts.
Oh.
And I can set up separate hotbars for different targets.
Ooh.
So I can always know exactly how long I have left on all my dots, on all my targets separately.
More dots. Oh.
More dots.
All right. So how about content? What do you think the players are really going to like with Veil of Alaris?
Well, there's a lot of really, really exciting content in Veil of Alaris. My personal favorite, the one that I think is just the most stunning visually of all the zones, is the Resplendent Temple.
Okay.
Some people have, occasionally jokingly compared it to Cinderella's castle. But it's this huge, absolutely stunningly gorgeous temple dedicated to the Alarin god of beauty.
Okay.
But, of course, the priests there need to do something with everything that is not beautiful and, splendorous. So they have a giant pit in the middle of the temple.
Oh, no.
And that's where everything that isn't perfect goes. At the bottom of the pit lives these race of pig people, the Swinetar, who just have a special place in my heart.
I'm not surprised by this.
Yes, I have occasionally been accused of being a pig myself. But they're sort of the antithesis of beauty. And so they actually appreciate the great gifts bestowed on them by the people from above who are throwing down their trash and refuse. It's a lot of fun. It gives you the opportunity for some really interesting stories, in the dichotomy between the ideals of beauty and the, sort of essence of imperfection.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so it's sort of like Disneyland meets the
meets the anti-Disneyland,
Yeah.
the rest of Los Angeles. I didn't say that out loud.
All right, so after Veil of Alaris launches, what's next?
Well, I think we won't take any time off at all. Like I said, the future content is always being worked on.
Right.
So we've had meetings on what's next. Diagramming out ideas, coming up with concepts. That's already been going on for quite some time.
Right.
And the exciting meeting I got to be in on the other day was planning for the 13th anniversary events.
Ooh!
Which I am really, really excited about. I got to pitch a couple ideas, so that was really fun for me.
Awesome.
Yes. But if you guys have any issue with any of the ideas presented, it is in fact Ted Stone's fault.
You're not allowed to troll Ted Stone anymore. All right. So, anything else you'd like to let the EQ players know? The ones that are listening?
Well, I'm excited. I hope you guys all love Veil of Alaris as much as we do. It's been a really exciting experience for the team, for myself, and we're happy to share it with you starting November 15th.
Yep. And we're going to have a lot of stuff going on November 15th, right?
We will. There's going to be all sorts of launch day activities for... just to keep us entertained while we're waiting for the servers to come back up. More information will be shared later. Well, depending on when this podcast is released, it will have been shared probably by the time it goes up.
All right. So what's Eric playing right now?
What is Eric playing? Well, I'm playing EverQuest.
Yeah.
I've sort of taken a break from my main characters. We're right at the end of an expansion cycle. So, I'm trying to get the 4th and 5th alts up to level 90.
Oh, okay.
Playing Legends of Norath. Always got to, give my props to my Legends of Norath peoples. And I've been playing some Magic the Gathering Tactics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have an expansion coming out soon.
They do. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I have to go bug them and get them to give me some cards.
All right. Well, thanks for coming in, Eric. Everybody better get Veil of Alaris, November 15th. See you guys in game.
Have a good one.
Bye. And...
we're back! Bloody hell. I can't believe I got stuck saying that now.
All right.
I mean, it's going to show up in the script next. Brasse says we're back.
We should do a commercial with that in there.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. All right,
So something I want to talk about, because I'm going to do this. Look, I'm changing the order of her webcast or her podcast stuff here just to see if she can roll with the punches here.
Yeah.
Because I'm really intrigued to see this long list of promotions.
Yeah.
Now, Aimee, as you know, or Ashlanne, I guess I should be calling her.
Whatever.
I can't keep it. I need name tags one way or the other. So, as project manager, she's been working pretty closely with Donna Pryor, our new social media specialist. And so all of a sudden we've got... Oh, yeah. Donna, also known as Sparkly Princess of social media. Good Lord. Anyway, so there's a whole bunch of promotions here. So if I tell you what the promotion is, can you describe what happens in it?
Yeah.
Okay. So first off here, Station Cash Mondays, every other Monday. What's that about?
So on Monday, it actually started this past Monday on the 7th.
Okay.
We post on Facebook. Send us an email, and you have to put in specific your name, your email address, what country you live in, and we usually ask you to answer a question of some sort.
Oh, a skill testing question?
Not really, just for a fun question. Like this week, we asked you if you won the station cash, what would you spend it on? And so you send in your email, and then 24 hours later, we randomly pick 5 winners, and
That's
then you
a cool
get $10
idea.
in station cash. So we're doing that every other Monday on
neat.
the SOE Facebook page.
On the SOE Facebook page, okay. All right. So then we also have now this just seems so vague. You got to tell us what this is.
I will.
SOE giveaways.
All right, so in storage, somebody found a huge bank of random SOE swag.
Stuff.
Like EverQuest swag, EQ2 swag, like all kinds of stuff.
So basically a box of stuff that maybe came home from Fanfare one year and people forgot about it. It's like the box at the end of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Is there an Ark of the Covenant in there?
So once a month, we're going to do an SOE themed giveaway, and I believe this week we're doing one that's EQ2 themed because EQ2 is all the rage this week.
It is all the rage. She chooses her words well.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you mean by partner giveaways? Because my partner is not on the chopping block, I'm telling you.
Mine either.
You even try to give away my partner, and there will be words.
So SOE has partners with NVIDIA, with Sony Electronics, with Intel, with, Gunner Optics, all kinds of people that you see at Fanfare that set up booths. So they have given us their stuff, their goodies. And we are going to partner with them to give away their stuff on Facebook.
Nice.
And we're going to do that once a month.
And this is also on the SOE Facebook page?
That's right.
So, to find that page, by the way, it's just wobble-to-facebook.com/SOE. So it's real easy to get to. Now, surprise giveaways, or as they'd say in a certain movie that I'm very fond of, surprise giveaways.
Or as we're fond of saying in community and marketing, surprise and delight, which is actually what these giveaways are. So we have a bank of coats for items. And,
Coats or codes?
Codes.
Banks? I was going to say
Codes.
coats.
Not codes.
For our northern friends.
For our really cold people, no.
Like in my office.
Exactly. Codes. So they're for things like experience potions. Free roams players get bikes, and Clone Wars players, they get the dot, as we are so fond of teasing Zatoja with.
So what is a dot?
It is a droid. And it's, it's
a
D,
D0T.
0T. I think there's a hyphen in there, too. But the players love these items.
All right.
So every other week, we're going to be giving away
Something.
some coats. And we'll theme it, like 1 week it'll be Clone Wars week, and 1 week it'll be Free Realms week. And EQ has codes, and EQ2 has codes as well. So
basically, it sounds like every single week there's something going on the SOE Facebook page.
that's right.
But I've also noticed you've started giving away codes in the webcast. Is this going to carry forward?
Well,
Could.
might.
It might. We,
You never know.
That was more to entice people to help us load test, and it didn't really work out.
Yeah. We do sometimes randomly give away stuff. I mean, you'll notice that the last couple of webcasts, we've had a few extra station cash cards sitting around. And so if we've got them, and, from the people who send in questions that are suited to the Facebook, to the webcast, we'll sometimes award them a random code. Yeah.
While we're on the subject of promotions, we are going to be running our very, very famous Christmas holiday carol promotion.
Oh, not again. Really?
Yes.
You mean, wait. This is the one where we have to sing?
Actually, the team has a special request from you.
No. That's the special request from the players.
Well, actually from you. So we're going to ask you, the listeners.
It's making my eye twitch.
You're like this, I think. We're going to ask you, the players, to write holiday carols with the theme of your game. So you take a carol that already exists.
Kind of make it short, though.
And change the words to be themed about your game. And then we're going to beg and plead Linda, who is hosting this really cool internal event, and ask the whole audience of that event to sing your song. And we're going to have AV record it and then play it on the podcast.
Have you passed this by the people organizing the event?
No,
that's
why
your
we're
favor
begging
is.
and pleading you.
The look on my face is not conducive to success.
However, if
doesn't
we
happen.
fail,
Okay.
Aimee
we
will
can
sing it by herself.
still do it.
Oh, no, that is an idea.
We can still do it the way we've always done it in the past, which is
Wild caterwauling on the part of the community team.
drag everybody in the community team in here and sing it together.
Gotcha.
So, but you know how funny that would be to see the entire company singing? The look on her face is not pleased.
No.
I'll just be here sipping my beer. Look, the cacophony is horrible enough when the community team does it.
I know how funny would
We'll
that be?
see.
And we would, we would want you guys to write us the most,
Interesting and fun.
and simple. How do you say that word?
Something that a gamer can sing.
Yeah. So the syllables work, so we're not stuttering and,
Be nice to us.
Yeah. And we're going to have some good prizes for you this year. We're going to put together an SOE swag pack for the winner. Because I have awesome SOE gear. I have a cup, these really cool plastic cups with the lids. I have a stress ball. I have a cell phone holder and a keychain that's a flashlight and an opener, a bottle opener. So
Good deal.
Yeah. And station cash. I'll give you station cash.
Yeah.
$10 in station cash. I think that's a good price. What do you think?
Sounds pretty reasonable to me.
All right. So get writing. That's what we'll do. So here's where, like in the intro, I said we were going to ask you for a favor.
What?
I said,
This is not in the script.
yeah, it was. It said,
The chances...
we have a special request for you,
The players.
the listeners.
Not you.
Oh, not me. Oh, good, because I don't feel like doing anything today except going to sleep after being up all night.
All right. So Beckett Massive Online Gamers Reader's Choice Awards are going
Right.
on right now.
Right.
They're going on until the 8th of December. So we SOE has a lot of our games are up for awards, and a lot of the categories have write-in features. So like you could, if your favorite SOE game isn't in that category, you could write it in.
Do a write-in.
Yeah. So best MMO of 2011, DC Universe Online is in that category. And it's also in the category for Best New MMO of 2011 and Best Non-Fantasy MMO of 2011.
That's a lot of nominations.
Exactly, for, that game. Free Realms is up for Best Kids MMO, but, you could nominate Clone Wars Adventures as a write-in for Best Kids MMO.
That's really tough. I'd like to vote for both of them. I really enjoy those games.
Yeah. Most anticipated MMO, EQ Next, is actually nominated.
But
We've been
some of us
a lot.
might, because I can tell you that PlanetSide 2 is going to release a lot sooner than EverQuest Next. Therefore, that's more anticipated for me. So I'm going to write in for PlanetSide 2. How about you guys?
Yes.
You're wearing NC color today.
No, that's purple?
Oh.
Oh no, it's freaking Vanu!
She's wearing
I'm a
color
die
today.
of shame. Okay. This is my acceptance of diversity in PlanetSide 2 thing, and also I ran out of red dresses to wear.
All
I
right.
actually got stopped in the hallway because almost everyone on Community is wearing purple today. They wanted to know if there was something going on.
I am wearing purple today too.
All right, it's stinking Vanu Day in Community. It's official.
Jennifer's wearing purple too. Yeah, how funny is that?
Okay, what about Cleaver?
No, he's a black.
Let's get him a purple t-shirt to wear. That'd be awesome.
All right, so you don't need an account on the Beckett Massive Online Gamers site, but you do have to enter an email address before you submit your votes.
Right.
So, it's not like you have to create an account and it takes forever. No, you just, before you hit submit, they want you to put in an email address.
Right, and they do have a little checkbox there that is left unchecked so that you don't get spam mail even from them.
Yep.
So now, if you do want to get mail from them, which I do, they actually will send you a digest every once in a while that recaps all of the cool stuff that they're talking about on their site and magazine. So I actually quite enjoy getting that.
So especially if they're talking about the games that you're interested in.
Darn straight.
So,
like how Terrans will dominate PlanetSide 2.
All right. So now I want to talk about why we're all in here trying to be calm right now.
Oh. You mean the EQ2 free-to-play thing?
Free-to-play your way.
Yeah, that's true. Free-to-play your way. I love the idea. I mean, it takes down all barriers to entry for the game.
Yes.
It makes it so that old players can come back without having to worry about resubscribing. Heck, they can start a new character if they want. The servers stay the same. The only changes that there are is the Bazaar is merging into Freeport server, and Vox is merging into Nagafin, which, by the way, some of you more savvy people may have noted that is forbidden by Vishan's law and may result in the production of another prismatic dragon. We at SOE are not responsible should this occur. I don't know who plans these things. Let's merge Vox into Vishan or into Nagafin. Yes, that would be a great idea. See what happened last time. We got the sleeper. So, I mean, you have to really wonder about this.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway, it's very exciting. So why we're tired is because we've been writing the FAQ for about the last week, and the changes were still coming in at, I kid you not, 4:17 this morning was the last email I received before the final version finally went out around 9:29 a.m.
Yep.
And then we did the announcement at 10.
Yep.
Oh!
Yep. And so we have an FAQ, and I'm sure you've all seen it, but in case you haven't, we will link it for you in the show notes. We have a producer's letter from Smoke Jumper, and later, right after this,
Real soon,
in
an hour,
we have a webcast, which will be available for you on YouTube to view if you don't watch it live. And,
perhaps we can put the link to it in the podcast notes.
Definitely will do that.
I have to say there's no downside to this. It's interesting because some of my old friends have posted on Facebook, does this mean that EQ2 is dying? Actually, no. I do know that there have been some desperate games in the industry that have transitioned because it's sort of a last-ditch effort for them. EQ2 is remarkably healthy. I mean, in order to do a free-to-play transition on this scale properly, you have to ensure that there's a lot of new content rolling down the pipe. And, well, Robin's husband, she works on the team. Is there any slowing down in the production schedule for content over the next year?
Not at all. He just started his next zone, and I'm not saying what it is.
Yeah.
When have you seen your husband last?
That's the thing. So no, EQ2 is a robust, healthy game. We're just really, really, really happy to be able to offer it for no cost at all if you don't choose, or a small cost if you choose, or if you want to get in on the gold membership, that's exactly what you're paying for now. It's a grand deal, really.
Yep. And, the player reactions have been kind of 50-50 with, those people who don't really understand what the changes are upset, and the negative people are always going to be negative, and the positive people are positive or not talking. I think that's usually the way it goes.
I'm quite excited because I think more players are going to come back.
Yes, it's inevitable that more players will come back because of this. It just makes it so easy to hop in and out, and this way as well, you can leave the game for a while guilt-free if you want, because you don't have to spend money on it while you're gone, and you can just come back whenever you like. And, the onus is on the dev team to, A, provide content that's interesting enough to keep bringing people back, and B, develop items for the marketplace that are so frickin' cool that even a dwarf like me will part with their money. Yep. So it's a win-win-win-win-win situation.
Yep.
Love it. So, when will this go live? The free-to-play will go live on the same day as the expansion is released, and we should have that date finalized soon.
That's going to be a busy day.
It is. I just heard from Smoke Jumper that on the webcast later today, they're going to be announcing that open beta is going in. starting off with fanfare. Participants will be let in first. That's a fair chunk of people, and then they're going to keep rolling folks in because they've got, I think they said, about 6,000 people in the beta queue. It's pretty good. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Want to play those Beast Lords.
No kidding. But, I'm not going to play Beast Lords in beta. I'm saving it. I'm going to read about them. I'm going to read about other people's experiences with them, but I want it to be super fresh and new. Yeah. So I'm not a very good beta tester anymore, and who has time to play anyhow?
Yeah. So we're going to take it away to that surprise interview to talk about Age of Discovery.
And the free-to-play.
Welcome, friends and listeners, to our surprise interview of podcast number 121, or as we're calling it, the Goble-Cast. I have Emily Domino Taylor with me.
Hi.
We're going to talk about Age of Discovery a little bit, because we can. So it went for pre-orders today, November, the 10th?
Something like that. I'm kind of losing track.
I know.
But yeah, the 10th, I think.
Yeah.
It did.
So what are the pre-order prices? Can we talk about that?
Sure, yeah. So if you pre-order rather than waiting till it's actually live, you do get a discount on the collector's edition, which is pretty cool. So while you're in pre-order phase, the collector's edition is only $59.99. After the expansion launches, that price will go up. It'll go up to $89.99, I believe.
Woo!
So yeah, it's definitely a good discount, and there's some pretty cool items in that. So if that interests you, this is a good chance. But if it doesn't, that's totally your choice. And the standard edition is $39.99.
And there's some really cool stuff with the regular edition and the pre-order, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, if you pre-order anything, then you get a cloak, which is cool. It's called the Cloak of the True Spirit, and it's sort of themed, kind of, I don't want to say naturey exactly, but sort of animal hide, kind of a little Beast Lordy feel.
Yeah.
It's just pretty cool looking. It's kind of a leather and fur look if you've seen the screenshots. They should be up on the website by now, so check it out if you haven't. And then if you order the standard edition, you also get a custom spawner to put in a Dungeon Maker dungeon.
Oh, great.
And if you order the collector's edition, then we've got a whole bunch of really cool stuff. You get another Dungeon Maker unique monster spawner. So you get a custom Dungeon Maker layout, which is obviously for use with the Dungeon Maker system. It'll be a unique layout of the rooms that you can use to build your dungeon.
Okay.
And then you get a unique Beast Lord Warder. It looks pretty cool. It's a war boar, but it's a unique tint, and there's no other war boar warders available. And again, screenshots on the website. The Lava Storm Prestige Home is really exciting.
Yeah, I saw it today.
I love houses, so I'm pretty excited about that one. But it's based on the Temple of Seleucek Row in Lava Storm. The entryway is that area when you're approaching the temple that you walk across the cobblestones that are in the lava, which I think is super cool. And then you go into the same type of entrance, but you just go straight down to the main room that's got the two lava flows and a little bridge in the middle. And that's your main room. It's been changed. It's enlarged a little bit from what's actually in the Lava Storm zone. And there's an upper level, which you can't exactly see from the screenshots, but if you look at the side, there's a doorway out the side, and you go up and you come out on an upper balcony. And we also added some stained glass windows in, which looks pretty cool.
Neat.
And then there's an outside bit at the back. It's quite a large deck, and it's got two lava flows coming like right down the cliff beside you, and you can see out into the water. It's just really super cool looking. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that. But enough about prestige homes, and I know they're not for everybody. So there's also a robe that you get in the collector's edition, the Robe of the True Spirit, and that's themed to match the cloak I described. So it's sort of leather and fur. It's really cool looking.
Okay.
And it's got two optional heads. You can either have a high collar or you can actually have a full hood. So you get both, and you can just choose which you prefer.
Okay.
And I think both of those are shown in the screenshot. And then the Flying Pegasus mount. I don't know if you saw that. But
I did.
It is really nice looking. It's sort of a frosty theme. It's got the blue glow, little sort of frosty breath, frosty trail. Yeah, it's really nice.
Very
and
cool.
it's going to look great in Velias too.
Awesome. So Age of Discovery is full of just features. That's the theme. Any of them your particular favorite?
Well, it's really hard to choose just one. I mean, There are a lot of features. I mean, as you say, it's kind of a feature pack, this expansion, and that's intentional. But we're hoping there'll be a feature that everyone likes, and hopefully most people will like all of them. We've got to playtest a lot of them internally. I haven't had huge amounts of time to play them yet, but I don't know. I've loved all of them.
Right.
It's kind of situational. Like I know I'm going to love Mercenaries if I'm out there looking for a group, and maybe I just want to solo something with some help, or I'm missing one person because I don't play a tank. So being able to hire a tank would be very convenient if I can't find a tank in my guild.
Yeah, same here.
But then Dungeon Maker is going to be super cool as well, and Beast Lords, obviously, who doesn't like Beast Lords? Sorry, that's a terrible answer, but I can choose.
And before we started recording, you were telling me about the Trade Skill Apprentice, which sounds so cool because I've been level 90 as my provisioner forever, and there hasn't been really nothing new to do. And this sounds really cool. So can you tell our listeners what it's all about?
Sure, although first I'm going to say there's lots to do. Because in the last couple releases, game updates, we've put in new trade skill quests, so definitely check out the quest of Render if you haven't.
All right, I'll have to do that. Render is scary, though.
It is, but you get to go there as a trade skiller, and you can do lots of cool stuff in there.
So it's not scary if I'm a trade skiller.
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't kill you too much. Amugi did those quests a lot, so if you do die, I'm blaming him.
Okay.
But yeah, Amugi, Brian Ferguson, has been working on the Trade Skill Apprentice system, but it's pretty neat. You can hire a Coldane Trade Skill Apprentice. He'll come and work for you in your home. He wants to learn from your experience, and you can mentor him. And in exchange, any recipes which he researches, he'll share with you, so you get new recipes. The recipes are in all level ranges. There's some for every trade skill class. And if you visit him regularly, check in on him, and actually mentor him, then the time he takes to research those recipes will be reduced. So it's definitely worth checking in and seeing how he's doing.
Okay.
But yeah, there's some cool stuff.
That sounds really cool. I can't wait to get into doing that. And then, of course, there's the AA limit increase, which, those min-maxers will love. If you're really wanting to get those points up. Of course, not me, because I'm behind.
I'm still working my way up, but I'm getting there.
Yeah. And then reforging sounds pretty neat. Can you go into that a little bit for us newbies?
Sure. So the idea is that you may get a weapon that doesn't have exactly what stats you want on it. Reforging allows you to, you visit a reforging merchant, and you go talk to the guy, and he has a custom UI, so you put your weapon in that you want to change, and he'll show you which stats are available to be changed and what you can change those stats to. So maybe you don't want one stat, like you don't want added DPS, but you do want some other stat, like hate gain or something.
Okay.
And don't quote me on that because I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what's available for what. But, for example, then you can remove the one stat and add the other. So that allows you to customize your weapons if you looted something that isn't, exactly what you want.
That's cool.
But in addition to that, you can add spell effects to them. So, like the cool particles that some weapons have, like epic weapons have a lot of cool effects. Well, you can obtain, I think they're calling them decorations, but you can obtain these effects that you apply to your weapon, whether or not you change the stats. So maybe you want your weapon to have a cool fire effect. Well, go out and get one and apply it to your weapon, and now you've got a flaming hammer or whatever. Or there's nature ones. There's a whole bunch of them. And in fact, some of the recipes that you can research with the Trade Skill Apprentice will actually be used to make some of those decorations. So that's pretty cool too.
That's pretty neat. Well, this sounds like it's going to be a really exciting expansion. I'm really excited. Anything else that you would like to add about Age of Discovery, or anything else in the EQ2 world?
Oh, God, there's just so much going on right now.
I know. We covered free-to-play earlier, so, unless you want to add anything.
Well, just that I'm really excited. For me, this is a pretty cool expansion as well because it's the first one that I've been the associate producer instead of the trade skill designer, so I'm seeing a whole new side to it.
Yeah, I bet.
And I'm dealing with all sorts of things that I never had to think of before, so it's been very interesting to me.
Yeah.
But even without that, I think it's a really exciting expansion, and it's super exciting that we're going free-to-play.
Exactly. Yeah.
I often see people that I know, because I was a player of EQ2 from launch, long before I was hired in EQ2, and I know so many people, and especially in the current economic times, a lot of them are having trouble affording their subscription. I know a lot of them, are out of work or just struggling, and it's going to be so fantastic that those people will be able to come back if they're not currently already in. They'll be able to play for free.
Yeah.
I'm just really happy because I have so many friends, and I like them all to enjoy the game I work on.
Yeah, me too. Well, thank you for coming in and talking with us about the Age of Discovery. What are you playing right now?
Well, EQ2, of course. I'm in there in beta and like checking it all out. I'm actually using another name so they don't know it's me, but I like to hear what people are saying and well, obviously. Other than that, I haven't honestly had a huge amount of time to play anything. The only other thing I'm playing really is Minecraft. And I'm kind of obsessed with Minecraft. So yeah, that's my relaxation. If I don't want to play EQ2, been working on it all day, I'll go in and Minecraft.
Yeah. You're playing the same server my husband does, so. Well, thank you again for coming in. We'll see you maybe closer to launch.
Sure.
All right.
You said this was the Goble-Cast. Do I get a turkey?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk,
let's say goodbye as turkeys. Gobble, 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 gobble.
You misunderstand. I'm going to eat the turkey. I'm a halfling.
Me too. Take care.
Bye.
And we're back.
We're back. Poor old Emily, we finally let her out of here. Sorry about the marks on your leg from the leg hole trap, miss. I'm pretty sure that our medical here at SOE covers it.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about why we were calling this the Goble-Cast. Because it's, Thanksgiving is coming up. And we're going to do something fun at SOE for Thanksgiving.
Are we?
Yes, we have a potluck next week.
Oh, that's true.
What are you making?
Well, I'm making sort of a default thing that I do that it's fairly simple, and it's basically an Italian salad on a stick. You get little bits of mozza, little teeny cherry tomatoes, little leaves of basil, and then you drizzle it with balsamic vinegar. And it's really delicious,
favorite.
and yeah, I really enjoy that too.
That sounds good.
And it's relatively easy to make, so I can make it at my desk while answering the phone the morning of. What about you?
I'm making my macaroni and cheese, as usual.
That's delicious. I'll line up for that. And Robin?
I haven't really thought about it because I haven't had time.
That's why I'm making something that is easy.
About 5 or 6 years ago, I used to bake, so I'm thinking about doing one of my angel food cake with a cranberry sauce dressing.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That sounds grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any big plans for the actual holiday? We get like 2 days off for that.
Well, some of us do. My husband works for Platform QA, and he's informed me that they're probably working through the weekend.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that my husband might be
Everybody's working through the weekend.
If that happens, we can bring in food here.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, I mean, even with that, there's so many things to be thankful for really. The fact that we have so many terrific games that enable us to keep these amazing jobs.
Yes.
And, as much as we might bitch and complain about the workload, it kind of reminds me of the demotivational poster that Piestro, Cleaver made, where there's a big picture of himself with a surly expression on his face, and it's... how does it go again?
This guy.
This guy has his dream job and still manages to be bitchy about it.
Yes.
That's kind of it, really. We sometimes lose sight of how awesome this all is.
Yes.
And even on me most stressed out days, I sit there and I think, so if I could pick another job somewhere, anywhere, what would I do? I can't imagine doing anything else other than this. This is the best thing ever.
Yep.
Love working with the players, with the devs, with all of you guys, all of our internal partners, the guys in AV, heck, even the legal department. I shouldn't say even the legal department. They're terrific people, and they do save us from ourselves. God knows.
Doing anything fun for Thanksgiving?
I think we're having just a family get-together at my aunt's, but besides that, I'm probably just going to take it easy to recover from all of this, because my husband's going to be crunching for the launch, and
Yeah.
It's busy times. Busy times.
Yeah. I'm going to cook, so.
Excellent. What's your address?
You're invited. Totally come. So what are we playing? Anybody have time to play anything? Robin's no.
What have I been playing? I've been trying to get around to playing DCO ever since it went free to play. Haven't had a chance yet. It's patched, just haven't logged in.
I need to play it again.
Yeah. To be quite honest, I'm probably going to start logging into the EQ2 beta because while I'm not. I swear, I'm going to so blow this, but I swear I'm not going to start a Beast Lord, as tempting as it is. But when the Dungeon Maker feature goes in, I really want to do some advanced messing around on that for 2 reasons. One, I really like the concept of building dungeons. You guys ever play Neverwinter Nights?
Yes,
when they had that coding pack that came with it so that you could actually build your own scenarios. And it was a wee bit on the buggy side, but I never had so much fun. Yes. So this is going to be a far simpler version of that, but I really am looking forward to testing out Dungeon Maker, and hopefully that will keep me busy enough to keep me paws off the Beast Lord. Not making a Beast Lord yet. Not.
I have, last night I wanted to play Sideway, the PSN title, but I had trouble installing it on my PSN because I ran out of hard drive space. So I spent time removing stuff, and I finally got it installed, but it was 11 o'clock, so I want to play it for next podcast.
Oh, terrific.
But
I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
We played our games before. What was that other one?
We played Aimee Village, which is really fun, which I did not remove to make space for Sideway because I still want to play it. But I have been playing a lot of, when we were at the GDC online awards, this iPhone game won an award called Pocket Frogs, and it looks so cute that I immediately went down it, or I downloaded the app when I got my iPhone back, and I've been playing it like crazy. And then every time my kids get a hold of my phone, they've been playing it like crazy.
So now I know when she's not answering the emails immediately, it's because she's got the ready Pocket Frogs up. Got it.
Yeah. So if you want to add me on Pocket Frogs, I'm QBug77, and we can trade frogs.
That just resulted in a facepalm. We can trade frogs.
It's so much fun. I'm serious.
That sounds vaguely unhygienic.
So mention that.
Oh, wait. What are you playing, Robin?
She said nothing. She's going to lose her gamer card next podcast.
Don't make me make you go fishing in Star Wars Galaxies again.
You know that was a year ago?
I know, that was terrific.
I'm apprenticing for Clone Wars.
Oh, now you're going to give us a litany of why you have no time.
We're here. I'm still unpacking at home. And then I've had to learn this new software for Justin TV and Wirecast.
Oh, that's true. That'll be exciting. It better not break. I'll be the one sitting in the chair glaring at you. Robin, it's not working, is it? Why is it not working?
Okay.
Is it working now?
Thank you all for listening. This is our only November podcast because
we're lazy sods. Oh, holidays. Okay.
Yes, the holidays. We will be recording podcast 122 in December.
So and what's that one
get
called?
Your songs in.
And it is the SWIG Memory Cast. It is our last Star Wars Galaxies podcast.
And Meps will be co-hosting.
Yes, our co-host is Ted Stone. And
Ted Stone.
Yes.
Coming to you from this studio.
We would like to do a special fan spot for you. So SWIG listeners, please submit your content. We're going to add an additional prize for SWIG this time around. I have hats. So I have Star Wars Galaxies hats to go along with your Station Cash prize. So if you submit a fan spot and we read it or we perform it on the podcast, you'll get a hat. All right.
So we should mention as well that Meps has been hard at work on the Star Wars Galaxies memory book. It's a really big project, and it will be made available free to download for everybody once the game sunsets.
Yeah, hopefully
that sad day.
We'll be able to talk more in detail about it in that webcast and podcast, and talk a lot about webcast in the brain today. All right. So thank you so much for listening to the Goble-Cast. We hope you enjoyed hearing all about Veil of Alaris and Age of Discovery, and you will go vote for us on the Beckett Massive Gamer Awards, and have a good Thanksgiving, and play free to play your way, and DCUO, and all that good stuff. Thanks for listening.
Darn straight.
Happy holidays.